Yeah, I didn't think I was going to, but Wynn's like at her 4 hour mark, so I'd
You
written a
don't
little more
look like a
story for
pilgrim.
Gaethius here.
Why bother visiting Ivarstead?
Yeah, why bother indeed? Throw the hood back on. Because we've got things to do. Sort of. What things? Liberate Falkreath, speak to Steer. That's going to be interesting. And also the Earl of Falkreath. So we have two things to do down there. Yeah. But, yeah. So maybe she'll pop in, maybe she won't. I don't know. Ah, it saved it. Alright. Cool. Would like to find out more about this voice. Let's actually favorite that,
The
even though I'm
Gourmet
not
is
using
hiding
it.
out somewhere in Skyrim. You know, fella who wrote that cookbook?
It's Temba's house.
On your way up the
Yeah.
7,000 steps again, Klibbit?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies?
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery. Perhaps one day.
Problem solved. Oh, I do like the steps with the grass here. Looks nice. There we go. I'm still unsure about the Ranger perk for some reason. No, it is shown. Okay. 61. Alright. I do have an extra one. So let's see here. To put this in. that's at 70. We have a ways to go for that. It's a tough call. Tough call. I say illusion dual casting at this point, just because. Yeah, I wanted to get up there before tomorrow, so he's gonna see what the Greybeards can tell him about shouting. At least that's what he hopes.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Wolves, huh? I don't think wolves are going to be much of an issue for us. Oh man, one shot in a frost troll. I'll take it. Yeah, he's the only one. Alright. Actually, what I should be doing is getting my muffle up there. How long's that lasted for? 10.5 minutes, goddamn. Not bad. God, I love Longstride. Such a completely utilitarian spell for any type of character. And he's learning, you know, obviously some of the history on the way up with the etchings and plaques and everything. Oh, I see the tower didn't mess up on me. Voice of the sky. See what this is all about. Oh, the lighting in here looks freaking fantastic.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
And you summoned me. You call me Dragonborn. I'd like to know what that means.
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Interesting.
Do not be
Oh, I
afraid.
think I know why their
Your
cloaks
shout
are like
will
that.
not harm us.
It more matches the robes, but it doesn't have the embroidering on the back. Which I guess is, it's actually not that bad. I know what that's from.
Strike us with the power of your voice.
There.
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
Well, obviously, I'm here to find out what it means to be Dragonborn.
We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you.
The Dragon Blood. So you're telling me I'm not the only Dragonborn?
You are not the first. There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
Oh, you can say, huh? Well, before you say anything else, I'd like to know who you are and what exactly this place is.
We are the Greybeards, followers of the
Yeah,
Way
with the light
of
on.
the Voice. You stand in High
Looks way better.
Hrothgar, on the slopes of Kinarith's sacred mountain. Here we commune with the voice of the sky and strive to achieve balance between our inner and outer selves.
Okay, I'll see what you can teach me. I don't think he'd call them master, but maybe Elven pride speaking there, or vampiric superiority. A little bit of both, maybe.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become
Oh yeah,
progressively
Night Eye's
stronger.
a little much. in
Master
here.
Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting
We'll leave his
Force.
lantern on.
Ro means
Still looks
balance
the best.
in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro.
So just like that, huh?
You learn a new word like a master. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro.
Fair enough.
Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thum. Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear. Well done. Again. You learn quickly. Once more. Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Boy.
So 1:30 in the afternoon, not bad. Which means we're not going to need the light, but we may want to throw our hood on. Maybe. We'll see how bad it's snowing out here. Oh, not bad. Yeah, no lantern.
We will now see how you learn a completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you wool.
I was gonna say, I thought the Greybeards were immune to wet and cold, but apparently... Yeah, there they go. There they go.
You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum. Approach Master Bori and he will gift you his knowledge of wool. Now we will...
Alright.
How quickly you can master a new shout. Master Wulfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori. Rex! Wolf! Now,
Nice.
your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes. Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself...
Well, I don't know how I do it. It sort of just happens. Suddenly imbibed with power from these word walls.
You were given this gift by the gods for a reason. It is up to you to determine how best to use it. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ustengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
So can you tell me what it means to be Dragonborn?
Dragons have the inborn ability to learn and project their voice. Dragons also are able to absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar abilities. Whether a gift or a curse has been a matter of debate down through the centuries. What you have already learned in a few days took even the most gifted of us years to achieve. Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods at times of great need. We will speak more of that later, when you are ready.
Can you tell me about yourselves, the Greybeards?
We study the way of the voice, according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide
Gaethius
you
knows that
towards
Ulfric
mastery of your voice.
told him he studied here for at least a little bit, anyway. Who was Jurgen?
He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jurgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born.
Alright. And these shouts, these are all in the dragon language, you say?
Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being. There is no difference in the dragon tongue between debating and fighting. Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal kind was in great need, the goddess Kynareth granted us the ability to speak as dragons do. For most people, long years of training are required to learn even the simplest shout. But for you, the dragon speech is in your blood, and you learn it almost without effort.
Interesting. Now you're saying these dragons returning. Would that have anything to do with me, then?
No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear.
And surely there's more you can tell me, right?
There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you.
Arrogance of power. Reminds me of my former employer. Or I should say, being employed. And there's 4 of you, huh?
5. Our leader, Paarthurnax, lives alone on the peak of the throat of the world. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to speak to him.
When can I meet your leader, Paarthurnax?
As I said, you will know you are ready when your voice can open the path to him.
My voice can open the path. Alright.
Breath and focus.
Breath and focus. And an F5, apparently. So, yeah, like I was saying, I have all the JK mods running, including High Hrothgar, which I normally don't add in, but decided it was wasn't a bad idea to add it in, at least for this play. Let's turn our light on. I don't want to knock that over. I do want to see the enchanting table. Yeah, he moves so much faster indoors as a vampire. Hide Boots of Fortune. Okay. Yeah, we're not breaking his stuff down. Although that circlet of archery, no, we'll keep it. He's not an enchanter, so. And yeah, the mantles, these Greybeard mantles, I think they can be broken down. I'm not 100% sure. I think in one play they were, and in one play they weren't. Yeah, here they go. As ancient as the Greybeards themselves, this worn cloak seems to hum with echoes of the voice. There's a second pair of them here, so you could break one down, and they respawn, so it's not a big deal. And I think, ooh, biography of the Wolf Queen. Ah, don't steal. I don't think he would tempt stealing from these guys. We can read the books. The second cloak is up here. Which I'm gonna leave there. I'm not gonna take it yet. Not yet. We actually can't really take much of anything. It's all considered stealing at this point. But we do have a little place to stay. We could take this. Anything that's, you know... Chest is empty. Gray robes. Yeah, this is all... Right now, this is all stealing. Mysterious Akavir. History of Talar, Volume 1. Yeah, I get that speech up to 40. 20 more septums. Alright. And then, of course, you know, there's the whole other section. There's a lot more books in here I could read. God, it's been a while. Ring of the Voice. Forgot that that was here. Well, yeah, we picked up the Helm of Orin Bearclaw. I did a little bit off, so this one doesn't have any, you know, not much weight to it. There's really nothing much else for it. Skyrim's Rule, Imperial Report on Sarthal, Sovngarde, Re-examination, Song of Pelennor, Pelennor Whitestrake, the Dragon War. Let's see, this isn't very long. In the Merithic era, when Ysgramor first set foot on Tamriel, his people brought with them a faith that worshipped animal gods. Certain scholars believe these primitive people actually worship the divines as we know them, just in the form of these totem animals. They deified the hawk, wolf, snake, moth, owl, the wind. Welcome in, Raiders. I told you I had a surprise for you. How's it going? What's up, Strudel? We made our way up to High Hrothgar. You didn't miss much. Well, you missed the formalities. So he's about to make his way out. He wanted to learn a little bit, so he's kind of going through their library right now. For those coming in, if you're over in Windstream, I was there. This is my character right now, Gaethius. Gaethius is sort of a conflicting character. He is High Elf or Altmer. He was a Thalmor agent who, was basically denied entry to the embassy. They didn't recognize him. He had separate orders, and Ellen would not receive him. And he basically spent roughly a month to a month and a half in Skyrim with no word from them. No orders, nothing was given to him. He's also a vampire, if you couldn't tell by the eyes. Even though I gave him red eyes in the beginning anyway. They didn't change too much. Well, damn, I'm on the wrong PC.
Oh man,
No
we're
audio.
gonna get into so many fucking adventures. Dude,
How's
let's
it
go
going?
tag team some bitches. Eh? You wanna go tag?
Relics, what's
okay,
up?
Let's go exploring some shit. That's the next best thing.
Cheryline, appreciate the follow. Welcome into the shadows. I have about half as many mods as Wind in this setup. I normally go crazy with my modding. I also make mods, so you'll see a very, very small list on Nexus if you play on there. I also port to console, but it's under a different name. So it's under Magus80 on Nexus and Peril21 for Xbox users, which I actually really haven't done too much porting lately. So I typically play as vampires, which I'm pretty sure both Wind and Strudel can back me up, are fantastic to play as. He is just one of the many. And yeah, he's basically, well, he's a stealth archer, but he's basically a combat archer. One of my least favorite ways to play this game, but he's like just such a freaking badass. There's his bow. Yes, that is the bound bow. Yes, it has a physical form. That's done on purpose because it looks fucking badass. There you go. He can also summon things. He uses illusion, specifically like frenzy spells, Fury and Frenzy, which I can now dual cast because I have a perk for it. He'll eventually be able to make himself go invisible, although I can Ghost Walk, which will teleport me back here based off the next thing I cast. So if I cast my bow, it'll transport me back. Great way for doing infiltration, things like that. He was an agent. That's sort of what he does. Vampire with Dunmer negates fire weakness, yes. Although he's not Dunmer, he's Altmer. Although I have done, well, my first PC version of a Dunmer vampire was Atherlore. But that was a long time ago. And he was an old character from my Xbox days. Oh, Wind, appreciate that, hon. Thank you. Yeah, the bound bow is ridiculously powerful. I'm running Valkyrie as my perk overhaul. So to kind of show you what I'm perked out in, Destruction only because I wanted to take the Rune Master perks. And to be fair, really just rank 40. He doesn't use destruction spells for the most part. It's for alteration for the Paralysis Rune. Now the Paralysis Rune is only available for Skyrim Anniversary Edition. However, I made a version for Special Edition for this play, and then I posted it on Nexus because I figured other people might want it too, so okay. It just doesn't look as nice, but I think it's pretty cool. And, you know, there it is. Has the exact same effect as it does in Anniversary Edition, so if you have that version, stats are all the same, casting cost is the same, the level which you can get it is the same, and all the perks affect it. So, but it doesn't look like this. This is a different rune version. So yeah, his name is Gaethius, and he joined the Civil War, fighting for the Imperials. He actually made it through Kolbjorn, Corvinjund with Rika to find the Jagged Crown, and he still had no word yet from Elenwen. Came back to Whiterun and decided that, well, hey, if he's going to return to Tullius with this crown, Tullius is ultimately just going to send him off to do some lowly stuff that he felt was beneath him. And he didn't really like being ordered around by somebody he doesn't respect, meaning Tullius. So he decided to make the trek to Windhelm, knowing he may not come back, to meet Ulfric, just to see what kind of man he was. And in meeting Ulfric, Ulfric didn't disparage him. He told him he was, you know, Thalmor. He wasn't immediately executed, obviously. He's standing here in High Hrothgar. And Ulfric basically told him why he's fighting for Skyrim's freedom. And it sort of moved Gaethius a little bit to hand over the Jagged Crown. Decide to join their ranks. So we switch sides, essentially. That's the long and skinny of it. Why do I have that on? Oh yeah, and the hood clips with my circlet. It fucking doesn't matter. Oh, and we need to drink a still blood potion. We're a vampire after all. I'm on special, so yeah. It's only one right now, Relics, but I mean, I may do more if people want other CC content that's packaged up. Now that I know how to get rid of certain things. I have the full, actually, fuck it, I'm just gonna come right back down. To Iverstead. Where are we? We're up here. And there's Riverwood. Iverstead's on the other fucking side. Alright, let's just I never fast travel down, but I'm gonna. Because nobody wants to see me come down the mountain. We've all done it many times. I go to put my chickens.
I wish I could make my
I
deliveries
go to put in
more
my
often,
chickens.
but the roads
Look
get
where I ended up.
dangerous.
Silverdrift, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, the outfit. Love the outfit. So I did a couple things in between. There's my night sky. This is Iverstead here. Just make sure that muffle stays on. And he can also, like I said, he can conjure things. So right now we have a Frost Atronach. My bow. I like to stay hidden. I'll get my enemies fighting for me. We can also use night vision. I also have predator vision, so I can see thermal images. You know, very, very useful, obviously, for a vampire. I'm not running an E and B. Just a nice reshade. Yeah. So let's see. J Journal, Horn of Yurga. We have a couple things. So Ulfric has sent us to rendezvous in Falkreath to liberate that. We're actually we could go. I guess we can go the southwestern route, maybe, from Iverstead down past Hamar Shame. The Falkreath Stormcloak encampment's right there. So I mean that may be a great idea to do. Which means this way. Go in Windstream and end up in Magus' and then back. And then, yeah. Hey, it happens. Yeah, I told you I had a surprise. We learned a few shouts. I did some things in and around here outside of our home in Coldhaven. Coldhaven is this vampire city right here. Right outside Iverstead. You take the path up, and it's, for those of you that haven't used this mod, I highly recommend it if you play a vampire. Even if you don't, it's quite good. But that's our home technically. We also have Balrune inside of Windhelm as sort of a secondary home. Not that we are really going for player homes or things like that, just sort of ease. Why can't I jump up there? It's nighttime. I should be fast and speed. He is very quick at night and indoors, by the way. Which is why I actually started perking into stamina, because he sort of needs a little extra. Plus he's an Altmer. They have the fastest run speed anyway. Enjoy your Lurkwind. I figured, yeah, you're gonna go grab some food? Yeah, go grab something. Grab me something, too. And pour me some wine. Let's have a glass of wine. Something dry and red, preferably. That's my, my poison right there. Dry reds. You can see this is the nice thing about Reshade. No issues with Predator Vision by Gopher. I don't know who this is. Let me see. Do we have our sneak on? Probably Afflicted, right? Yeah.
Hey. Don't do that.
I'm gonna. Yeah, they usually don't have anything good. Put Seduction back on. What's up, little fox? Yeah, we need our blood potions. Our blood potions help us stay alive, although I can use regular potions with them. That's the hunter. How about a nice Merlot? That sounds excellent. Excellent. Your call. Your choice. Yeah, look at that. See, as we're ranking up, we're still a blooded vampire. I did take out 2 more dragons. One at the Autumn Watchtower and one at Arquin Point. So we have the first word of Marked for Death. We have the first word of Drain Vitality. They're probably 2 of my favorite shouts. We're not really sure how the rest of the Stormcloaks are going to receive us, so let's just go invisible here. For right now. Could take that off. Let's put our lantern on like normal.
If it isn't Ice Veins. Hi there.
Ice Veins. They gave me a nice title. Look at that. Not altogether wrong.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Yeah, they have a pretty good means for their cause, I'd say. Dalmar. Yeah, a little clipping. The tents are a little bit bigger in my game, so.
Ice Veins.
Reporting in.
You're going to Fort Newgrad. They have some of our boys locked up there. But with a little luck, we can turn that
Glass
to
of wine,
our
I could do
advantage.
that. I've been whining about
I've
feeling
sent
bad
some
all
men to
day.
scout out the area. Meet them.
As
See
I'm
if
just
you
now
can't find
seeing
a way
that,
to
Strudel. I don't
slip
know
in,
why I missed
free
that.
our men and take over the fort.
Yeah, same here.
They'll never
I,
suspect an attack from the
Although
inside.
it got better.
This won't be easy, but that's why I'm sending
You know, once Win started
got the
streaming, I
grit
started
to get
feeling a
this
little bit
done?
better. I wasn't feeling good earlier. Yeah, nothing I can't handle.
I knew I could count on you.
Rescue from Fort Newgrad. So there's something specific. Meet the men near the fort. I think what we'd have to do here is find the back way in, which I'm pretty familiar with. Alright, let's take this off. Liberation's that. Let's take all these off. Although it's going to be interesting to speak to the Jarl Falkreath, because we got that letter when Sidgeir was Jarl. And after we liberate Falkreath, it's going to be... I think it falls back to who? Dengir, right? Dengir of Stoon? Now, Stoon's a very old name. If you look in the lore of the Elder Scrolls, the name is quite old. So we're going to meet the men at the fort. Okay. Well, let's go do that. And that means light off and vision on. Fort Newgrad is southwest. Which means right there, which means I'm just going to remove my compass because Fort Newgrad itself, which you can actually see on my map, is right there. We're actually going to come just a little south from Helgen. So up this road, and we're probably going to make the first right, well, left on the map there, but right, essentially. The other nice thing about being a vampire, no freaking fall damage. And we'll just make sure we keep our muffled, double muffled. Double muffle. We're sort of heading to Helgen, Strudel. Sort of. Not streaming today, he says. I feel betrayed. I didn't have the opportunity to plan any funny things to say to you. You can always make fun of my voice, Chalice. Or the fact that I don't have a cam and I'm not a pro streamer. Or that my game is, you know, vanilla. Which it's not, but sure. I'm sure there's lots of things you can I mean, come on, you gotta be witty, you gotta make these things up on the fly, right? That's the best way to do it. Alright. There they go. So let's see. I want to... Alright, they're heading up obviously that way. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to frenzy Fort Newgrad is down there. And I'm pretty sure Rayloff is in charge of this as well. I think he gets a promotion. There he is. Alright, there's the fort. So F5. Let's sneak on in here. Let's see if we can talk to him. There he is.
Don't even think about it.
No, no, no. I was trying to
By
get
the
up.
9, I hate the waiting. The
Goddamn
goddamn
waiting.
waiting.
Haven't heard that in a
I
while.
long to be out there. Next Imperial I see is dead.
Heard they're reforming the
If
Dawn
it isn't
Guard.
Ice Veins.
Vampire hunted.
Alright. So meet the men near the fort.
Yeah.
Something in the old
So we
fort
could do
near
this one of
Riften.
two ways.
Might
We can get
consider
them to
joining up
fight.
myself.
All we gotta do is initiate combat. And I'm gonna do that as sneakily as possible. Keep in mind, it looks bright out. It's really not. I've got my vision on, so if I want to see where they are, we can use some of our vampiric abilities to get up top there. You can see there's a horse. Now there is a way to liberate them from the inside, which is around back here. There's Fort Newgrad, okay. I'm pretty sure it's a water entrance. It's been a while since I've done this. I haven't done the Civil War in quite some time. Alright. Well, I don't have any needs or anything like that, so we're gonna get wet. There we go. Into the prison. Yes, it needs to be planned. Order, can't have chaos. I like chaos. Chaos is fun. You know, all the best people like chaos. Oop. Alright, hold on. We gotta figure out who's who. So we have Deflect Light and Shadow, which is great.
Hey, hurry!
I can hear them, I can hear the men. There's the guard. Alright, we're gonna do this. Deflect Light and Shadow. We're gonna try and seduce him.
Oh.
Until he stands up.
Feel any different?
You're gonna feel different.
What did you do?
Hey! Hey! Hey, hey!
I hear you guys.
Hey!
Yeah, the guard has the key. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey!
There it is. Prison key. Let's take those. Gold. I don't need 2 keys. We could feed, though.
Get me out of here!
His name isn't Hay, guys. I know, well, that...
The guard has the key. Hey! Hey!
They're almost as annoying
Hey!
as we're in control of this mine. No sudden moves. They're a close second.
Hey!
Alright, they're driving me nuts.
Hurry!
Thanks. I thought I was going to rot in here.
Ah, we're getting you out.
What's the plan?
Well, we've got men on the outside. We're taking over the fort.
Good. I've got a few scores to settle.
I hope so.
Hurry!
Let's teach these bastards a lesson. Last but not least. Let's go.
No, I can't go vampire. I can't do anything vampire in front of these guys. It should all change into Stormcloak gear. Let me turn my light off. You guys, yeah, you're gonna pick your way through. What I'm gonna do is, we're gonna get ready to paralyze people. They're all down below. So let's see. Open wooden door. don't really need anything. Oblivion Crisis. Infiltration, huh?
What's the plan?
I need you to follow me.
Great. Let's go.
Oh, that's bright. Okay. We're gonna... Ah, it's even brighter.
What's the plan? Great. Let's go.
You too.
What's the plan?
I don't know if I need to
Great.
tell them all to do
Let's
this, but I'm
go.
gonna.
What's the plan? Great. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. Let's go indeed. This will be interesting. Get it away! Get it away! Alright, you guys got scores to settle? I've got people to mark for death. You're dead. Leave the horse alone. They're just gonna stand there, huh? Not gonna do you much good, buddy. Alright, let's see here. I think that's... yeah, that's one. There's another one down. Did you guys get them all? There's probably more inside. Can't do vampire things. Damn it. I don't know why it says stealing. It's in the middle of a damn war. Alright, Rayloff.
There's more of them somewhere around here.
Yeah? How about you wait in the courtyard?
Will do.
Alright, you wait here. I'm going in myself. Look at that. Imperial bow. Alright. Let's get Ghost Walk ready. Turn my vision off. Silver Drift. Chaos. Let's see how much chaos we can cause in here. There's one right there. Now see, that's the nice thing about Ghost Walk and Better Vampires. Does not break Ghost Walk. Ghost Walk will break on its own. Like when I... oh, it's an officer helmet. It's like right there. Alright. So now we can take things. Bet you guys didn't know that. Now you do. The more you know. Yet another reason for Ghostwalk to be a completely broken spell, right? Let's do this from the shadows here. Ford Commander, huh? Extract some blood from him. Feed on him like normal. It's amazing. Yeah, we got him. Oh, Jay. What up? Welcome in, Raiders.
Keep your guard up.
Hellbilly Crow. Welcome in. Jay, how was your stream, buddy? Playing Sky. Are you still doing your Requiem play? We're infiltrating here.
I cannot rescue.
No, no you can't. That's such a good idea. Drag to oblivion. No. Let's just feed like normal. Sometimes it glitches like that, but I'm still in Ghostwalk. This is gonna end eventually. Well, I may as well search him and end it. And that'll put me back here. Alright. How many more do we have? I see a few up here. I see a few sleeping. Bad for our character. We died like 3 times. I'm a ninja. No, what I am is, I mean, we're a vampire. He's a now ex-Thalmor agent who initially sided with the Imperials until he met Ulfric, and now he switched sides in the war. We're doing the Civil War, actually. So we're on the, I guess this first official mission after the Battle for Whiterun. So the way that I started this character was, obviously, Thalmor agent had his orders to meet up at the embassy to have an audience with Elenwen to get his orders. He was a covert agent from the start, so much so that the Thalmor at the embassy did not recognize him, did not let him in. He had no way of accessing or reaching Elenwen, and spent about a month plus throughout Skyrim doing what he thought would be things that someone of his station would do, meaning routing out Talos worship. We did that in Markarth, breaking into Ogmund's house to grab his Amulet of Talos to report him to Ondolamar there, and a few other things, until we officially joined the Legion to further the Thalmor interest within Skyrim. Then we did the quest over at Corvinjund to get the Jagged Crown with Legate Ricka and the Imperials. He made it back to Whiterun to sort of rest and think, because he still hadn't heard from Elenwen at that point. And decided that, well, if Tullius is going to just take the crown and hand it off to somebody else and give him some other menial task, he's not all for that. He basically considered himself at this point a free agent. The Thalmor made no attempts to make contact to him. Plus, his disposition towards the people of Skyrim, and the Nords in particular, had changed since his arrival. He thought them all to be completely hostile, yet he didn't really run into any that were hostile directly to him. They were quite inviting, compassionate, warm from what he saw. Nothing like what, he was basically indoctrinated with. Like pre-Thalmor agent to becoming one. So we decided to meet Ulfric for himself and find out what kind of person he was. And then of course, you guys, you hear the speech from Ulfric and a couple other bits of dialogue you don't hear if you've already got the Jagged Crown. There's some hidden dialogue in there that most people never hear. Because most people they just bypass the Civil War entirely. Because it's not the best quest line, I get that, right? But there's some, and Tullius has it too if you do it from the other side. If you say you join the Stormcloaks, you go in with Galmar to get the Jagged Crown, and then you switch sides to the Legion. Tullius has some extra dialogue as well, so yeah, it was interesting to spin it off that way. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But not a ninja, no. He's actually a stealth archer, combat archer, but he can summon, he can paralyze, he could use illusion, no destruction. I used destruction a little bit to level up, but that was only to get to Runecaster. But we used the Bound Bow, and I have the Paralysis rune. I'm on Special Edition, not Anniversary, so there's my Paralysis rune, which is only available on Anniversary Edition or my own mod. And the bound bow, which looks fucking badass in this version. Kind of wish the quiver... I mean, the quiver's still Daedric and all that, but I mean, to have a nice physical copy like this is beautiful. Without having to add a bound mod. Are these all the people I killed? So let me get that off. Oh, these are all Imperials. This will be fun. You know what I should do? Let's ghost walk them all. Oh, and Thrall. Damn, that's gonna break it. Well, fuck. There. Frosty, you handle him. And we're playing on Master right now, so I may have to up it to Legendary. I've got a ton of difficulty mods in here. But as you can tell, Master doesn't even cut it most of the time. Good job, Frosty. I heard others. I want to extract damn blood, damn it. Oh, we got him. And my sneak increased. Hey, we took the fort back. There we go. We're all done. That's how you do it. Report to Rayloff. Do they have anything else? Thanks, big guy. Man, you're tall, but I can jump higher than you. I don't need that. Don't need that. Sneak Archer, yeah. Corv, no fast travel. You got it. Absolutely. Imagine if they moved from 11/11/2011 to 12/12/12. How much more right, Dereka? Could you imagine? I can't imagine a Bethesda game without bugs. I just can't. Do I have my vision on? Yes, I do. So we can now turn this on, and I can feed. I could take blood samples. Combat feeding's the best way to do it. And we really only take gold and gems, little things, you know? Little things like that. I have no need for anything else. I have my gear. Ooh, let's feed on his ass. That didn't sound good. It's kind of what it looked like. I'm not even taking the pouches. He's a master of crowd control and subterfuge, but he's not a thief. Or ooh, what's that? Hold on. It doesn't match. We're gonna let it go. These guys, they have anything else? Do we have an Amulet of Arche? I don't know. Maybe. Nothing. Nothing of use. Yeah, we read that. Okay. Okay. So we gotta go report to... I'm just going around in circles, aren't I? He should be outside. Oh, there it is. Okay. Get the vision off. Civil War in college. Can be finished instead of... whatever it works. Yeah. Yeah. And let's see. We got Rayloff here. Where is Rayloff? Right behind me.
Great work. Get back and report our success. I'll stay here and clean up the mess. Glad you were here. Couldn't have done it without you.
All right.
If it isn't Ice Veins. Hi there.
I see they
I'd
have
fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their
Nicknamed me.
faces here.
We're Ice Fangs. We like that. Little endearing, endearing name. I wonder if they're gonna mind if I steal a horse. Yeah, they probably would. Probably shouldn't do that. Alright, so back to the encampment, which is... Oh, we have to go back to Windhelm. So quickest way to Windhelm would be... No, I haven't been here to the Adventurer's Chest. I have no idea what the hell's there. There's Pale Pass. We have to go to Falkreath anyway. Let's go to Falkreath. Reason being, we have a few things to do. Although I may have to report my success first, but we can catch a carriage to Windhelm before and then come right back. So if we need to, we will. If we don't, we got the letter from Sidgeir. Although Sidgeir is not going to be Jarl much longer. I have plans for this character, so... Oh yeah, it's probably not the best idea to make these big jumps. I found out the hard way, jumping from Arkwind Point. I guess it has to do something with the map height itself. Can really fuck things up for you. And what it does is it causes some freezing issues. Just a wolf, eh? We get a soul. Beautiful. Yeah, like I said, Civil War was definitely something I'd wanted to do with this character. I have Legacy in this setup as well. And I think it'll be refreshing once we, you know, finally finish the Civil War, get back to Solitude, and, you know, see the changing of the guard. Elisif obviously won't be on the throne. I believe Bryling takes over. Could be wrong. I don't remember fully because it's really been that long since I've done the Civil War. Where are we? Oh, I think I know where we are. Wind was here earlier, wasn't she? We also have a level up. Let's take that. Let's get our Magicka up over 400. We're going to leave it there. Magicka's going to probably stay there for the rest of the game. It's going to be health and stamina that I'm going to perk. Let's look at my skills. What went up? We don't use light armor. We actually use clothing. Surprisingly. So that's why I'm perked into alteration. Sneak. Hit 59, which means that we don't need that. I think silent move. Oh yeah, and then we'll be completely silent. So maybe one more. I don't know. Although, what's after Oblivion Binding? Hollow Binding, battle weapons cut through flesh and spirit, reducing magic resist. Ooh, these are good. And banish conjured Daedra and turn raised undead. I don't know.
Oh man, we are gonna get into so many fucking adventures, dude.
Adventures.
Let's go tag team some bitches, eh? You want to go tag? You didn't want to?
Jocelyn
okay, let's
MC.
go explore some shit. That's the next best thing.
Appreciate the follow. Welcome into the shadows. Let's take the first rank of magic resistance. I need that anyway, just to get to alter self, and obviously raise an attribute by 25 points, which is basically, you know, 2.5 levels if you count by 10. I forget what the second one is. I think it's Resistances is the second one, which will lead up to Atronach. So, and we might stay there. I may not even take Atronach. Atronach's way up there. It's at 80. Although, we're only using stone flesh, surprisingly. I don't have iron flesh yet. Nor do I want to go up that way. So he's sort of squishy for right now. That's a troll. Can we hit him from here is the question. Oh, look at that. Do you see that shot? I didn't even think twice about that. Alright, let's descend. I could do it the right way. I do have the drop zone spell. Which negates falling damage wherever you cast it, but you have to make it in there, so it can be a little tedious. Silver necklace. What's this? Notice to authorities. Hearing talks about dragons, but didn't believe it until now. One flew by last week, and ever since then we've seen him flying back and forth from a nearby mountain peak. My wife thinks we should move away, go somewhere else. I told her that would be nonsense. As long as we don't bother it, it won't bother us. Still, I thought it would be best if we report it to local authorities. The creature's lair is just south of the hill behind our shack near Bear's Cave Mill. Or Bone Chill Passage, I believe. Smuggler's Island. Do we need a pickpocketing book? Maybe. This is where I believe Wynn started her her game off with her character. So this is, if you were wondering, there should be bandits down here. Ah, there they are. They're gonna fight each other. Watch this. Hey guys, have fun with each other. Just gonna pepper you with some arrows from way over here. And miss horribly in the process, right? But I'm gaining sneak XP, so that's all that matters. Where'd you go? That's a little easier. Oh, you're not fighting each other, huh? Fight each other. I like chaos. There he is. Over here. Oh, that sucks. Nothing you can do about that, buddy. Ah, yeah. There we go. Let's feed. What have we got? Ooh, Quicksilver. No use for it. And the Lunar Lurkin should be sitting here. There it is. Beautiful. Can't do anything with it. Now, where are the rest of the bodies? There should be another one here, right? We are trying to rank up as a vampire. I mean, he's always been one. Ooh, soul gem. Nice. Wasn't there one more? There he is. Looks like an orc. I doesn't have anything. So we'll continue to rank up as a vampire. We'll continue to improve our sneaking abilities. Makes me re-up my muffle. And we are on our way to Falkreath. Come on, get up there. Up, 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 up. Why don't you guys fight each other, huh? And you know what I'm going to do from here? Can I mark him for death? Ah, it sucks, doesn't it? Man, sneak archers. Somebody told me once that they were overpowered. I'm like, no, they can't be. We don't need to feed. We fed enough right now. Got a lockpick. Yeah, sweet roll. What's the book? Liturgy of the Duelist, I believe, is in here somewhere. There it is. Archery book. That's all I wanted. And, come on. You're a vampire. We're gonna get a nice bird's eye view of the city. What's up, Wolf? Get him, Frosty. Nice. You gonna stay with me? Alright. Best hold off on that. There we go. Falkreath, right down there. You want him? Fair enough. Just a sentry. Where's his buddy up there? Well, if you're not going to get him, I'm going to get him. That's a Reaver. God, Mark for Death is fucking awesome. Do your job. Oh, I mean, do your job. God damn it. Shoot you in the dick. That always works. Apparently. Ooh, Shriekwind. This is one of my favorite locations. For a few reasons. The sentimental value to me. Alright, a 5. So we could turn off Predator Vision. We'll turn on our regular night vision. Actually, we don't even really need that. What time is it? It's morning, isn't it? 6:13 in the AMs? We haven't been to Falkreath yet. Which means... No, I don't want to be talking to any of these guards. I know what he's going to ask me. Get away from me.
Fear not. Come dragon or giant, we'll be ready.
Alright. So I just want to make sure that it's deflect light and shadow. I want to make sure Sid gear is... I wonder if the Jarl's changed over already. We'll find out. If that's the case. Is Ninja. Yeah, it is him. Hasn't changed just yet. Which means we have to report in. For a vampire, he's not a good lockpick. That's fine. Come on. Falkreath, Thane, Snake, Gold, Ancient Nord, you know, the Dragon. I believe there's a skill book in there, but I believe we can get a key for that later, so. Alright. Also, yeah, my stuff is silent, so. That's what I thought. Okay. Cool. So now we need to GTFO. Alright, let's get to somewhere safe before this wears off. Yeah, just walking like normal. Nothing to see here. No, not open yet. You know what? I'm feeling a little feisty. Let's break in. Not to steal anything. There, maybe? Awesome. Alright. Oh, they're both here. Solof's the shop owner. Boland's... Oh, he's getting up. God damn it. He shouldn't see me. He's gonna leave, I think. Let's wait for him to leave. Alright. Probably should have saved before I did that, but whatever. Now the feeding animation almost never plays for this, but it's pretty freaking cool ability. Drasky Phantom, welcome in, guys. Good evening to you as well. So now Soloff is basically our bitch. I wonder if he's still gonna try to kick me out though.
Ah, good to see you again.
Ah, he's got the vampire eyes, the bite on the neck. Look at that. So you're a Stormcloak too, huh?
I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Wyndham.
We're not gonna have him
This
follow
was
us,
years
by the
ago,
way. It's
mind
just,
you.
you know.
Now maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count.
Believe I'd agree with you.
Be seeing you.
Yeah? Go back to sleep. You're gonna need it. Fun times. Our first turned victim. Pretty proud of myself if I do say so. F5 after that bad boy. Alright, Falkreath. What do you got for me? Let's, can we not, oh, we can. Oh, we could just jump right over that. Although I probably could have picked the locks and went through there. Whatever. Where is the carriage up here? Let's get his hood on. I'll wait for the carriage to take us. What's the other nice thing about this overhaul? You can have a lot of area edits, and these carriage stops are very non-obtrusive, requiring literally no patching for most things that I've seen. Is the snow just bright, or is that my light? It's not that one. It's not my light. Ah, the brazier. Okay. Let's Since it is daytime, let's get our long stride going. Drasky, how you been, but I haven't seen you streaming lately. Are you doing something different, or taking a break, or are you streaming at like ridiculous o'clock in the morning? Every time I play with mods, I can't seem to get my character to have vampire eyes. Is there a way to fix it? So I'm using the Eyes of Beauty, and there's a better vampire add-on. Oh, sorry, not better. There's a vampire eye add-on for it. Eyes of Beauty has a plugin. The vampire mod, which is on its own mod page, doesn't. And I would put them in that order. I'd have Eyes of Beauty first. Take the player version, the elves version. There's a third option on there. I forget what it's called. I take those two first, and then I go to the vampire add-on page, and I take that and I just place it below it. So you don't need something like SPID for the eyes, but it should. But you get your options. So when you install the vampire eyes, it's got a nice foam mod. You get to pick what color and if they glow between blue or red, basically. So you don't have that ridiculously hideous yellow that you've seen before. So for me, I chose red, non-glowing. The glowing one would be, did I choose glowing? No, I didn't choose glowing. Non-glowing. And it should work for all the rest of the other vampires in the game as well. Vampire NPCs, etc., etc. Yeah, like in MO2, put your main eye mod first, and anything that affects vampires after that. And if you need to check, Exedit's your friend. It will tell you. Actually, because loot won't throw anything for that. I mean, loot would just tell you load or replacement. But basically, if it's just texture override, the way that I set my stuff up is my main character overhauls. So, like in this case, Pride of Skyrim, Courageous Women. Then I have my hair mods, or in this case, I only have one mod. I just have KS Hair with the Salt and Wind package add-on. I don't have a body mod, like no UMPB, no CBBE, nothing like no 3BA, nothing like that. I have the vanilla bodies for this. I didn't want to fuck with anything. But I do have skin mods for both the men and the women. So then I put those next, so they override what Pride of Skyrim and Courageous Women do to make them look a little bit better with their skin tones. Then you could probably do this in any order. Beards and brows if you want them. I think I have beards, but I don't have brows in this setup. And then eyes. Usually in that order. And depending where they are, they may have plugins. You may have to create a loot rule or something like that. But it's usually not necessary. It's only when you're going crazy with the NPC overhauls that like loot rules are even necessary. And then especially if you're using like high poly head, which I'm not in this. This is not a high poly head, obviously. And you can still see traces of vampirism like around his mouth. But I did my best to make it look a little less gaunt in the face. So we do have to talk to Ulfric here.
I'm proud we liberated Falkreath from the Empire.
Looks good, see.
In many ways, it's the heart and soul of Skyrim. Not to mention its rather strategic position. Some brothers have taken to calling you Bonebreaker.
Bonebreaker.
Evidence of your ferocity and determination. A fitting name. So we shall all call you thus. The war demands so much from us. And we give all we have to it and to the people. But I've kept a little something to offer you in appreciation. Please take this on behalf of all the brothers and sisters. And I need capable and loyal warriors close at hand. So I'd like to offer you a home in Wenhelm. Speak with my steward, who'll make the arrangements.
Orcish sword. Just a plain old Orcish sword. He did give us a really nice enchanted elven blade to start, which I considered taking, although we do have the Mace of Molag Bal. He doesn't use any one-handed. It's just We have it with us because we worship Molag Bal. So, what's our next move?
Get over to our camp in the Reach. They need every able body they can muster.
The Reach, you say, huh? Understood.
Talos guide you.
Fair enough. Is the Orcish Blade enchanted? I doubt it. Yeah, plain old. We could sell that. Staff of Death. We actually have a little bit to do here.
You one of those Skyrim for the Nords types?
I think all folks should be welcome.
And you're right, at least as far as I'm concerned. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other
which
short-sighted
vampire
Nords
mod are
bother
you
you.
using, Relics?
Most
That's
of
another
us
thing
happy
too.
to welcome newcomers.
Are you not able to choose vampires in a race menu? If they have a race menu add-on, some do, some don't. But most people that play either make themselves a vampire from one of the alternate start mods. I have a mod called Become a Vampire Anytime, which I ported from LE. You could do it that way. Let me show you here. It's literally what you think it is. As soon as you start the game, if you don't choose to become a vampire via another means, like I'm using Skyrim Unbound instead of alternate start. So as soon as I come into the MCM, I just click vampire. My character's flagged as a vampire. You can also flag yourself as a lord if you want to, which I didn't do for this character, but it's an option there for you. So, you know, shameless plug. I never do that, but it's there.
Anytime, friend.
Alright. We have stuff to do. Brunwolf, I can't be sitting here chatting with you all day. Just wondering why the vampires would be overwritten by another. Which vampire overhaul are you using, out of curiosity?
The city is under attack! Get inside and bar the door until the fight is over!
What do you mean under attack?
We're also looking for volunteers. If you are willing to aid us in this battle, you shall be generously rewarded. Will you help us, Dragonborn? Or will you stay here?
I'll volunteer. Who are the attackers, though?
Looks to be a bunch of bandits.
Bandits.
We'll show those bastards they picked the wrong city to raid.
Alright, I'll volunteer.
My thanks. Follow me. My men and the other able fighters will be gathering outside the
We
gate.
haven't prayed.
Everyone, keep yourselves safe.
Raid of Windhelm. Alright. So first of all, Still Blood Potion. Let's pray.
Now, we are under attack.
And I can't use any of these abilities, but I can.
To your
As
houses.
soon as I stand up, I can deflect light and shadow. So let's get this up. I wonder if we could paralyze a lot of them. I'd like to be able to do that. So let's try and get out there. This quest is kind of buggy. I believe the commander always gets killed. Could be wrong about that, but they usually start showing up towards the edge of the bridge. Every time I go into race menu as a vampire, it says 0 in the eyes, so let me choose. Yeah, I mean, I think you'd have to have like a specific eye for race menu that lets you do it. I'm not 100% on it though, so.
Get ready. And there they are.
Let's get out Frosty. Oh shit.
Victory is yours.
You guys got him?
No mercy. No.
Hey, we kept him alive. Holy hell.
The way we do it. Here. Your service is worthy of these gifts from the Jarl. Long
John the
live
Gravesake.
Jarl!
How's it going, buddy? He gave me apple pie. I mean, we'll take it. What a bloody mess. And I can't even feed on any of them. You know how terrible this is for a vampire? Maybe we'll take their money. One guard went down. Who else got killed here? Another bandit. Oh, they even killed one of the horses. But Elundil made it, so. Oh, and another horse is just going to take its place. Okay. Fair enough, I guess.
What do you need?
Nothing. Raid of Windhelm, receive reward. Okay. How many more of them are there? Basra. Oh, she had a lot of good stuff on her. Not so much. Alright. I don't feel like doing that again, so. Let's long stride our asses back inside Windhelm. I had some business to take care of in the marketplace before that guy came up to me. But kept the bandits from crossing the bridge, that's all that matters.
Maybe you've seen masts sticking out of the water to the northeast? That would be the wreck of the Winter War. Fine vessel back in its day.
We'll have to,
Imperials think we need their laws.
Alright, so let's see here. You're the smith,
Don't
right?
like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
That's just your imagination playing
Take a
tricks
look.
on you. Let's see what you got here. What do I have? Ebony War Axe, don't need it. Dagger. Bow. I want those elven arrows though. You could have this, you could have this and this. Deer hide and elk hide. Do I need the hide pelts? Why do I have a shovel? Okay. Apparently I had a shovel.
Whether it's armor you need or a new blade, come see me.
You really should be more careful with the spells you cast.
Oh, sorry about that.
I don't haggle. If you want a lower price, look elsewhere. Take a look.
Yeah, Staff of Death. I have no need for that. And scrolls I don't use. That I don't need. Or that. Imperial Soldier's Amulet. Now we got this when we joined. I'm going to hold on to this for right now. She can't really buy much else, can she? Do we have any crappy potions? Minor stuff? Stuff to get rid of. Poison. 40, huh? She's only got 20 left. Yeah, let's get rid of the hides. I don't really need those things anyway. So the strips. Playing Morrowind. I'm an Ohmsrot. Really froze to death due to Ashfall, which is basically I need and Frostfall. It's been ages since I've played Morrowind. I really don't remember much about it. I played it after Oblivion. Oblivion was my first look at the Elder Scrolls at the time. So I went from Oblivion to Skyrim, back to Morrowind, back to Oblivion. Then I played nothing but Skyrim, basically. No ESO, nothing else. Okay.
Thank you for your custom.
Oh. You're
Lord Nilsine has been wrecked since her sister was killed.
awfully close there. Alright.
Cookware, knives, and
So
other
let's see
goods
what
for
we're doing
home.
here. Quests. We could make it out to the Reach. I think we're going to hold off on that just for right now. See, I don't want to go back to Solitude just yet for fear that they may they may know that I've switched sides, which also prolongs legacy. Now I'm doing that on purpose, which means the Wolf Queen Awakened, we won't be able to speak to Falk or Steer. Not yet, anyway. And the thing is, because I believe the way the Civil War is set up, I can go directly and talk to Steer. I believe Falk, he'll eventually get carted away. I do want to see Dengir on the throne, though, but I don't know if that takes place after the entirety of the Civil War. So, hey, we may as well go to the Reach then at this point. Now I do have a destruction spell. I thought it was Azra's Wrath. Eldritch Blast, I'm sorry. Which I have on 7. That's how I get my destruction up. And I use it on occasion. It's a pretty good spell. It just does some non-elemental damage. I don't have raw power perks or anything like that. But it's sort of like, you know, a backup. Just in case. There we go. Still can't believe they killed a horse.
Need a ride?
I do.
Where do you want to go?
You're gonna take me to Markarth.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. You want to watch out for the Forsworn if you do any traveling around the...
About Oblivion, but only played a few minutes. The speech and lock mechanics are... I wasn't a fan of the speech, but lock picking I always felt was fairly easy. It's just like I had to get used to Skyrim's lockpicking system. I had to get used to Morrowind's or Oblivion's lockpicking system. Now we've been here. Where are we headed though? They have a camp. Oh jeez, it's all the way up here by Liar's Retreat, isn't it? You can see my map at nighttime is actually dark because it makes sense. Yeah, it would have made more sense to go to Karthwasten. That's okay, we could travel there. So we'll take the road. I may actually go to Karthwasten and then we'll head up to the camp, which means we have to cross the river. So I can cross here and cut back, or we can make our way up. That's fine. And so this is GG's new Markarth Outskirts mod. Pretty cool. I like it. Let me turn the night vision on so you guys can see. There's a few errors I noticed with this. I believe in the old temple, like I think there's a door activator that's missing. You can go out, or you can go in, but you can't go back out. The observatory might be up here. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. So watch this. I'm gonna go out here, and I tested this with no other mods, so I know that it's from this. But there's no activator to get back in, so you'd be screwed here normally. Being a vampire and or having drop zone helps. They don't take fall damage. So there's that. But other than that, it's a pretty freaking fantastic mod. Look at all it adds. It's gonna kill your FPS if you run an EMB. Just know that. I'm okay. I'm still 60 plus here because I'm just running a reshade. This is part of it. It's pretty cool. This is the normal farm, the Salvius farm, and then mill maintenance. There's a ton of stuff that's just added out here. It makes it look really, really nice. Mushroom farm. I haven't even been in here. We haven't really done much. And then hilarious farmhouse, which I haven't been in, but I'm curious. I kind of want to come in here. I was reading it's tricky to properly... There's actually a bunch of YouTube videos. Like, a lot of people min-max Oblivion. I did it once, and I thought it was, like, the worst fucking tedious thing in the world. But to be viable, that's kind of how you have to play. And then I decided, you know what? Screw that. I'll just play how I want. And then I had fun doing that. Vagdis hilarious. Hilarious. Hmm? Oh, okay. I don't know. I think there's a hidden meaning behind that. The hilarious front. Looks like a... Alright, we'll just leave it. Working elsewhere. So if you jump and then eat Net's Jelly, you're paralyzed on landing with no damage. Interesting. Alright. So we're making our way that way. I think what we'll do is we'll take the road. I was going to go up in the hills, but we've been up in the hills. So let's get our thermals on. This playstyle for me is so much fun. Normally I'd play, let's get Marked for Death. Because Forsworn can be a bitch. Are those chickens? Did I kill them? I must have. No, that looks like one. Can you even see me?
We're routed! Fall back! Creep! Please don't kill me!
Come on, you wuss. Guess I missed one. It's dead. Dead, dead, dead. I'll be taking that garnet, good sir. And, you know, because we can also raise. Oh, he is following me. Okay. I forgot to put Necromancy 101 in so that when they fall down I could re-raise them again, but I decided to leave it out. Yeah, he's gonna have a bitch of a time catching up with me. I'm just at normal jogging speed, but because Altmer and Vampire he begged for his life and he just, well, I mean, you know, Maladroth, come on. Forsworn. Oh, you dirty, dirty bastard. Got your soul. Guess it doesn't go that far. I forget, there's the other one of Marked for Death is inside Forsaken Crypt, and then the third one would be locked in the Brotherhood. Right? That's how that goes? think so. Let's F5 here, just because I don't know. Alright, the Karthwaste and carriage step. Who are you?
There's
Where's...
been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to investigate.
Are you? Okay. Let's just come up to... We'll get Karthwaste on the map here. What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock at night. We have some free time.
I want you sellswords out of my mind.
Watch your tongue, native. We'll leave when we're sure there's no Forsworn here.
Oh, and when would that be, I wonder?
Oh my god.
When I sell my land to the Silverbloods?
The three most annoying bandits slash thugs in the game. And an Atar. Hey.
If the Forsworn aren't attacking my town, the Nords are trying to force me off it.
But Bundy murder is fine by me. Yes. Yes, I do kill the long ears on occasion. Trouble with your mind.
Robbery is what it is.
Highway robbery?
Silverbloods are trying to muscle in on my land. Forsworn attack the mines, and suddenly all these sellswords show up to help. They won't let anyone work until I sell it off.
Alright, what if I convince them to leave?
You can try, but I'd keep your sword arm ready if things get ugly.
What if I don't use the sword?
Alright then.
I mean, I'll obviously figure it out. Alright, well. Deflect light and shadow. Use my only friend. Now, we've seen what they can do. Yeah, it's tricky to level up, but it's not. I mean, if you've like the first time or two you do it, it may be a little odd. Did that break it? No. Okay. So we're in Ghostwalk right now. Which is just gonna use a little of my magicka.
Last mistake.
That should kill him. No, activating him. Oh, it did. We may not even need to use Deflect Light and Shadow. Oh, he saw me, but one bite killed him. There we go. Sneak to 61. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. Atar, I want you to fight your man.
Is someone there?
But I'm just gonna hide out here. There, you got him, huh? Good job.
What was that?
Nothing. Ooh, 150 gold? Not much else. Alright. What's he have? He's got Jack. Alright, let's go tell, what's his nuts that we've taken care of them. Hi, Thatch. Hey, Wind, welcome back. Silverbloods, yeah. Yeah, we took care of them. Yeah, so with better vampires, Ghostwalk will not break by feeding. Didn't know if you knew that. I think he's in this one. This is the hall, right? Oh, come on, really? You're gonna make me pick the lock? And then they're probably gonna ask me to leave. I'm probably gonna have to seduce somebody. Pain in the ass. Is that Ina Thatch right there?
Hey, don't do that.
Get up and talk to me.
Can a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here!
What a dick. Really?
It's the last time I'll say it.
We're gonna wait till morning. Alright, that's fine. I mean, just a couple hours, right? Alright, there it is.
If
Great.
the Forsworn aren't attacking my town, the Nords are trying to force me off it.
Alright, listen. The sellswords won't be a problem for you now.
That won't be the last we hear from the Silverbloods. But at least we can get back to work.
Yeah.
Thank you. You've done a good thing for me and my workers. Here, this is for you.
He looks drunk. 800 septims, not bad. Okay. I'll be on my way. We're heading off to, yeah, over here. Beautiful morning. You'll notice I don't run and or jump. I mean, I still have a pretty good jump radius. Jump height, I should say. But it's not as good as if it was nighttime with them. Is that one? I see you. Get back here, long ears. Damn it. Got him. And the goat too. No accomplices. Oh, we're heading over there. Sorry, I get sidetracked. Damn long ears. I know, it's cruel. It's kind of my thing. Alright. F to the freaking 5. Stormcloak encampment. So who do we need to speak to? Galmar should be here somewhere, right? Do we pick anything up? Do we have anything to sell to her? I don't think so. Beautiful morning.
Here's what I can spare.
Quartermaster. No, that's about it. Start buying up some elven arrows. Because we need them eventually. Alright. Not everyone is a Night Stalker. This is true. We can walk in the day. You know, we feed when we have to. Actually, I probably should pray. It's our favorite with Molag Bal. 156.2. That's not bad. Let's get marked for death on. Yeah, he's in the main encampment. Main tent. There he is. He's got both the axe and he's got the warhammer. The dual combo thing going on there. So what do they call me? Bonebreaker or something like that?
The measure of a man is taken at the moment of his death. And know this for truth. The ghosts of many heroes walk among us.
The girl was an accomplice? Yes. Totally saw what I was doing, Wind. I was completely justified in my acts. Reporting in.
Get over to Markarth. Rumor has it the Jarl's steward, Rayrek, is a faithful Talos worshipper, if not a true son of Skyrim. He still supports the Empire after all. But if confronted with proof of his belief, you might be able to persuade him to aid our cause. Indirectly, of course. Wouldn't want to sully his reputation, would we? You'll need to be careful with this one. The Jarl's men won't look kindly on you rummaging through the steward's quarters.
I will get that proof and Rarik's cooperation in full.
I can always count on you, can't I?
Fair enough. And you know, while I'm here, Liar's Retreat is right above me. Let me get this on the map. This is a place we're gonna come back to later, if I can scale the fucking hill.
Talos guide you.
Not that we worship Talos, but wow, beautiful. Beautiful here in the Reach. Look at that. Is that a saber kitty I see over there? It is. Yep, there it is. Liar's Retreat. So this is the place you want to come to when you're doing Quest for Septimus, where you have to collect the blood. There is one of every elven blood in here, except High Elf. The High Elf blood that's guaranteed is at Halted Stream Camp. Not in the camp itself, but in that fucking mammoth pit that they have, which you can get to from the inside there. There's a guaranteed Altmer that's fell in there dead for whatever reason. All the rest of the blood, if you need to collect it, is all in Liar's Retreat. I'm sure most of you already knew that, but the more you know. Alright, so back to Markarth. Let's place a marker on the carriage, because that's the best way to do it. And F to the 5. Yeah, Falmer are in here too. Falmer attack, actually. So what happens, this is also where you get Rod's Longhammer. It's the best unenchanted two-handed weapon in the game. So the Longhammer, I'll actually go through here. Let me show you. Because I'm in no rush to get back there. Let me save. What we're going to do is we're going to make these guys fight each other. So there's bandits in here, right? And I'll try and point out like where everything is. There's Falmer in here. Right? So watch the bandits, ready? They're already fighting the Falmer. Right? So let's make the Falmer fight each other as well, because they can be tough. Do I have marked for death on? Yes, I do. These damn skulkers. Oh, one shot, never mind. These guys are the only ones in the game that will give me trouble. Oh, there's a fuck ton of them. Watch this. Ha, you're all paralyzed. Suck it. And then we just mark them all for death. I can't wait to get more words of that. You hear him dropping? So there's your Falmer right there. Oh, you're gonna get up? Bad idea. So, Falmer blood, easy enough, right? I don't have the extractor on me, I'm extracting blood as a vampire, but so Falmer are the first ones. They're killing the bandits, blah blah blah. You still hear some bandits in there, by the way. I just want gold. So what'll happen is if you have the extractor on, obviously it'll prompt you to extract blood, but if you don't and you want to check, it'll tell you the race. So like race Imperial, obviously not one we need. This one here, race Nord. Got a very nice blue loot though. Thank you, Rally, for that. More Falmer, more Falmer. This guy looks like another Nord. Yep, another Nord. You get the point though, right? Sport dead. Bandit Hedge Wizard. Let me do a regular feeding on her. Also turn my light off because potent stamina. Oh, we can sell that. Now I hear an orc in here.
Don't sound like much fun, though.
Should be in here. Yeah, this will be fun. So here's your Orsimer blood. Alright.
No, you'll never take me alive.
Alright, there's your orc blood.
Is someone there? Time to end this little game. I'll try and make this quick.
Oh, he's tough. Oh, he killed me. See? I mean, we can still die. Told you the character's squishy. What I need is a better flesh spell. We're only using stone flesh. Fucking, I forgot to save inside there. Deaths. Is it 105? Oh, that's like since I've started playing. Yeah, let's get all the Falmer to fight each other. Paralyze them all. I can't reach them with that.
This should...
Wakey wakey. God damn it. Here, have a big guy. I'm just gonna stay back here. Stab you in the back. Let me get up here on my little perch. Bastard. Didn't see where the Kree came from, did you? Alright. Can't believe that orc took me out. I'm kind of pissed about that. I was getting cute with it is what I was doing. I won't make the same mistake again. I was trying to drain him. Usually what it does is it fears them. I'll see if I can do it again.
No, you'll never take me alive.
What we gotta do is we gotta get in behind him.
You can't hide from me.
So normal combat feeding fears them. It's supposed to anyway. How he saw me when I did it, I have no idea. Saw nothing. Alright. Now F5. There's your orc blood. Alright. So we've got two of the races. We've got orc. We got Falmer. Dunmer, I believe. Bosmer should be in here. This one here is a Bosmer. Not on the fucking bow. Out of the way. He looks like a Bosmer. There he is, Wood Elf. There's your Bosmer blood. Okay. I'm actually going to feed on him because Bosmer are tasty. Ooh, do we just... Nice! Now we're a Night Stalker. Sweet! Sweet. What do I get with that? I forget. Better vampires. Skills and spells. Unholy Grass. Ooh, the spike! Oh, now we got a proper destruction spell to use. So now we're going to switch out Eldritch Blast with the Hemalurgic Spike. I said I was only going to use one destruction spell. The one that you just saw me blasting the orc with was the one. That is from Triumvirate. I think we're going to retire it in favor of this. Actually, let's check to see how much better it is. Eldritch Blast does 26 raw damage. Costs 10. The spike costs 34 and does 39 and absorbs health. So we're gonna go Hemalurgic Spike. And it looks freaking sick. Did I not favorite it? Oh, it's under Vampire. Okay. Which is gonna be 7. It's basically an ice spike that's red. It's pretty fucking disgusting. Yeah, okay. So there's 3 of them. What does she have on her? Unbound? Oh, it's not that much. Okay. Further in, it's going to be Dunmer. Like I said, the only one that's not in here is High Elf, but that's back at Halted Stream. I'm trying to think if I'm missing one. Why is that static? Weird. And it's through this little... I believe he's right here. Or she's right here. There's your Dunmer. Oh, come on. Effects. Dark Elf. There you go. So yeah, you come here and literally all the blood for Septimus is in this one location. I know it's a pain to track down. Falmer are usually the worst, but to have them all in like one spot with the exception of one. Wow, I can't believe I did that. I hear creepies. Hi, creepies. I'm down. Oh, you're not done. Where are you?
Take the money. Just let us go.
Shut up or they'll kill us, you idiot. Once they're gone, I'll pick the lock.
More freaking Falmer. Okay. Oh yeah, there's more Falmer in here. Just be careful. They've got Dwemer Lube, which is always useful. What's that? Filter of Destruction. Oh, let me show you this spike. Spike is pretty cool. Oh, we need Goldor. Back here.
Come on. What's on there?
Dumbasses. Yeah, I mean, it can be a little cost expensive. It's a pretty cool thing. It absorbs their skills. See, it says my victim's stamina rate bonus has been absorbed. Pretty cool. Which is why I still say Better Vampires is the best. They just ragdoll them. Best vampire mod. And if you don't like something, turn it off. The reason we came in here, Rod's Longhammer. For those of you that play two-handed characters, if you know about this, then just ignore what I'm going to say. If you don't, I will show you. What I want to do is I want to get these things fighting each other. Perfect. Let's take out that thing. There's another one up there, by the way. Never forget this guy. He's just sitting there waiting for you. Yeah, you look cozy. You fuck? Okay. Rod's Longhammer should be up on this table. There's Rod. Rod is dead. He's always dead. Now the Longhammer is going to look different. It's going to be a normal orcish warhammer. It's unenchanted, but the nice thing about the Longhammer is it's got reduced weight, so it swings as fast as a greatsword. And don't quote me on this, but it may or may not have better stats by 1 than a standard orcish warhammer. So you could see how fast, and it's not because of my vampiric ability. Now you guys know how slow warhammers are. Now this model just looks different because I think Zims is handling this, or I have something else handling the texture and the model of it. But yeah, if I was gonna play a two-handed warhammer character, I would get this ASAP. It's just tough with all these Falmer and the Chorus and the bandits, and then you have to fight more coming out of here. So let me F5. But it's probably one of the best unenchanted. You could enchant it too, you just won't be able to see what's effect because it's got this. So it's like the silver weapons say blah 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 blah, and then when you go to enchant them, they don't say what the enchantment is. So test it on something else first just to know what your effect's going to be. Or leave it unenchanted and use Elemental Fury Shot with it and fucking attack like a tank. That's what I usually do with it. The more you know. Yeah, let's hear it. Two-handed Warhammer? This right here. By far. And I love this model. Look at this. Uses less stamina. I mean, I'm using stamina, obviously, but it's badass, right? Alright. So, going back to this now, Gaethus has been excavating these things. He has no idea what they're used for. He just knows he finds valuable things in them, but he doesn't have anybody to sell them to. Quarterstaff of Shocks, interesting. We will take that. Spellbinder Runic, nice. So let's GTFO. There's really nothing else of value in here. This Reaper, yeah. Sometimes the Longhammer's like looks like it's a static. I forgot the money. But what it is just if you're on PC, just toggle your collision off, and it's sometimes like under here. I don't know why that is. Most of the time you'll find it lying on the table here. I think I knocked it off just because of my my spell. But did I check these guys for money? Money and soul gems. I forgot these guys had that. Okay, we're good. So let's save. Let's get out of here. Now you got bandits to deal with on the way out. If you caught any of the conversation, so now you have all but Altmer blood, right? Which you could find at Halted Stream in Whiterun. Easily accessible. Oh, isn't the big guy? Yeah, the big. Oh shit! Fucking hell! Forgot about these assholes. All right, get on up. Get him, Frosty. Oh, what are you gonna love him to death? Is it because he's paralyzed? Oh, I'm hitting the other one. Got him? I got him. You gotta work on your attack there, big guy. Bad Frosty. Forgot the big ones come down. Sorry about that, all you, what is it called, arachnophobes? Oh, alright, here, listen. Let me turn off my light, and let me muffle myself up. You ready? Here.
Hey, Longhammer, set us up with a round of...
They're looking for Rod. Rod was part of the crew. Don't you guys fight each other? Look at him, Frosty. And I'm just gonna sit on top of the bar and
I fought worse than you.
You're dead. You're dead too. There we go. Ooh, this one has Bosmer stuff. And the Executioner's Mace. Reduce the cost of power attacks by... Alright, we'll take that. They're wearing light armor and helmet, but heavy boots and gauntlet. Jeez, you know. Stupid bandits, right? Isn't there a custom skills mod so you can access the skills in the skill tree? For which one, Relics? For Legacy? Yes. I don't have that one in this particular setup, but yes, there is. Actually, I might have it in this setup. I don't have it active here. I'm gonna go health. That orc took me out pretty good. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Conjuration's almost there. Illusion. Sneak. I mean, we're pretty sneaky as it is. Archery. So I don't have Eagle Eye. I don't really feel like I need it. Or Steady Hand, although Lion's Arrow is pretty badass. Dual cast a projectile out of combat to imprint it. Fully drawing the bow shots triggers a copy at 30% less of the spell at 30% power. I don't need to worry about Hunter's Discipline. Can't be staggered. I don't really have to worry about that. I'm in sneak. So Eagle Eye would be the only one. I don't really need to zoom. We could take Point Blank Shot too. 40% more damage to targets within 20 feet. And this is the long range stuff, which I didn't take, and I probably should because this one causes bleeding damage. But I was quick to get Ranger, which for some reason now is grayed out again. I had 60 in archery, and Ranger did not unlock for me. I don't know if anybody else using Valkyrie has this issue. If you do, let me know. Maybe it's something that's known. You can see that it requires 60. I had 60, and it wouldn't unlock for me. So I had to console it in. I'm really wanting Quick Shot, so maybe we'll hold on to the perk. Another Bandit Bowman. Yeah, some more gold. Hedge Wizard. Okay. I think we're good. Back to Markarth we go. Uniques for the long hammer reskin. Yeah. And the reason I don't have that in is because I believe Legacy has uniques in it, and I have Legacy installed. Yeah, if you look at Legacy the Dragonborn and you like the mod, it incorporates a bunch of other things, and I forgot uniques is one of them. Who did uniques? Is it Insanity Sorrow? Maybe? I always hate saying it if I have the wrong author's name. I like to give proper credit. I feel like it's Insanity, but I just can't remember. Okay. Long Stride. Oh yeah, that's right, we came past here. Created by Insanity Sorrow, thank you. Yep, Maladroth and Strudel, thank you both. Yep. I thought so, I'm like... I know I used it before Legacy, before I started using Legacy of the Dragonborn, but I can never remember. Didn't Insanity start doing, taking some work back up and doing some other things? Besides, obviously, Uniques is probably one of the most downloaded mods on Nexus. Really? Yeah, come on up on your ramparts there. I dare you. Dumb shit. Alright, let's just carry on. No need to deal with them. Oh, that's another thing too. I was gonna get rid of a matter of time because you see when I'm in combat, I can still hide my HUD, but a matter of time in the upper left always stays on, even though I have it linked to immersive HUD to hide all widgets or link all widgets so I can hide them. It for some reason stays on. And I don't have any replacer for it. I just have the plain old original. I mean, it's really not obtrusive. It's just I like to hide all my stuff sometimes. Uploaded by Calthrop? Calthrop. Yeah, I heard rumor that Insanity was coming back to modding, which I think would be an amazing thing for everybody, because they do amazing work. So we're gonna be infiltrating in the middle of the daytime, which shouldn't pose a problem. Deflect light and shadow. Let's make sure we have that on. We'll re-up our muffle out here. Oh, can we sell to you? You're a merchant, right? You're the merchant, or you?
What are you looking at?
Well, I mean, you got a merchant's thing here. Is it not you? Is it one of the other people that are just kind of standing around?
Speak, elf.
Hmm? Well, you've become one with the wood. I applaud you, good sir. There's Markarth. For those curious, I have only one thing handling my textures for the exterior. That's it. Just one. Well, aside from Smem. Skyland all in
Nah,
one.
man, we are gonna get into so many fucking adventures. Dude, let's go tag team some bitches. Eh? You wanna go tag? You don't
Dantre,
let's go exploring some shit.
171.
Next best
Appreciate the
thing.
follow. Welcome into the shadows. Yeah, we've done some stuff in Markarth here. Into the guard, I see. Did we talk to Eltrus?
The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
The finest jewelry in all of Markarth.
Oh yeah, and the House of Horrors is ours as well. The abandoned house, I should say.
Outsiders.
Compelling tribute. This will be fun. Yeah, he's too fast. I have to get used to controlling. Every time he ranks up as a vampire, he gets a little bit quicker. His attacks become a little bit more powerful, which means my archery skill, my bow skill becomes a little more powerful as well. But we definitely need Iron Flesh or Ebony Flesh if we can. Rarik. Now Rarik's going to be... We have to get into his room.
Silverblood family.
This is going to pose a problem. There are Thalmor here. We are ex-Thalmor now. So let's deflect some light and shadow. They won't be able to see me. No, we're going to have to break into his... Oh no, we're not. Don't mind if I do. Gods in worship, huh? I guess they moved it into here. Rarik's inscribed Amulet of Talos. Blackmail him. Okay. I don't know if we have the other ones, but sure. We'll investigate that later. Now he's going to be on the throne, so this is going to be... Or not on the throne, he's going to be...
Excellent. You've done us a great service.
You?
Here is
Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth?
Oh, apparently you could see invisible vampires. Just a traveler, and I have questions.
Very well. You may approach the mournful throne.
Feline.
But watch your words. Keep your eyes open for Forsworn when you're on the roads.
Forsworn, right. We're here to speak to Rarick, actually. Hey. So,
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward.
Alright now. Say, do you recognize this?
Not here. Come with me. Stay close, and the guards will leave you alone.
Oh, they better. I also have ways of disappearing. So go on then.
What are you doing that for?
Oh, you want me to go first? Really, Rarick? Are you broken?
I advise Igmund the same way I advise...
Come on.
Not here. Stay close, and the guards will leave you alone.
Okay, come on. Do I have to reset your AI? Is that how this works?
The Forsworn know every stone in the Reach.
Let's do this. Let's wait an hour. You know what? Fine. I'm just gonna go in your room.
No trespassing here. You'd better clear out.
Did you hear that? So the quest is procking off. It's hard to try and roleplay like not... I mean, I could probably kill these guys if I wanted to. Alright, there he goes. He did say stay close. Alright, maybe it just took him a little while to leave. So we'll follow him. Nothing to see here. Actually, I better keep that hood on. And I better keep the light off. I'm not thinking this through. There are guards here. Okay. So.
I suppose you're here to extort something from me. Is that it? Well, what is it?
One crazy uncle, welcome in. Here watching, just to work running around. Literally, you have an awesome job if you get to run around. How's it going? He teleported to you when you last left him. Yeah. Does he ever get like that for anybody else? That has, well, I should say that anybody else that has modded interior there? Well, if you believe in Talos, why don't you join our cause?
So, you're one of Ulfric's spies. I can't deny the man is right about a few things, but I've seen firsthand what Ulfric is capable of, given the chance. Suffice it to say, he is no friend to Markarth, and no friend of mine. My first and only loyalties are to my nephew, and to this city.
And... Atheist is pretty good at extortion. What if we came to some kind of agreement?
Huh. And what if I told you about a large shipment of silver and weapons?
How much are we talking about? Make this worth it for me.
Enough to make a significant difference in the war.
Man, you're really not giving me much here, buddy. And what about something for me right now for my trouble?
Well, I suppose I'm not left much choice in the matter, am I?
No, you're not.
Very well.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
A purse of septims will suffice.
Septims, we'll take septims. Alright. Then I would say that's a deal. Where can I find the shipment?
They're taking it by wagon to Solitude. If you hurry, you'll catch them before they get far. It'll be a fairly slow-moving caravan. The shipment's quite heavy and guarded by many men. Now, let's pretend we never had this discussion.
Yeah. So we lose this amulet. Alright. We're now looking for work.
I have letters to read.
Report to Galmar. Fair enough. F to the 5.
My Jarl, we need to discuss the Forsworn.
Dude! He's got better teleportation skills than I do. Ooh, let's avoid them. I am out of here. He teleported back, Maladroth. You see that shit? Crazy. So we gotta report to Galmar. Let's see, let's go to my journal first. Yeah, report to Galmar, which means we gotta go back to the camp. I'm assuming it's gonna be somewhere between here and Dragon Bridge, or from Dragon Bridge to Solitude. I forget which way this goes. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's coming from Markarth and it's somewhere along this road. We'll find out, I guess. And nice thing is the sun's going down, so my skills are going to be boosted.
The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
To Nor, huh? Oh no, he just literally teleported from his room when we finished our conversation right back to where he was sitting with the Jarl, because he immediately initiated conversation with him.
Need something?
I love this exterior overhaul. Not time for night vision yet. Not quite. Yeah, like I said, I think we're pretty good on Magic Gun. Maybe I'll just concentrate on... We'll do like 2 health to 1 stamina, or maybe 3 health to 1 stamina. I don't need a lot of stamina, to be honest. I usually never take any character over 200 with it. Even heavy armored characters. Magicka regen's pretty good. And we're getting there. Now this is a job Galmar's probably going to send men in on, but this would be something perfect for me by myself. Because not only can I get them fighting each other, we could paralyze them, I could send Frosty in, and I could snipe them from a distance. Rinse and repeat. It's perfect for what I do. I don't have a rester. I can give you a healing potion. You okay?
I'm truly grateful. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
Conjurer's filter gained. Interesting. Alright. Sometimes they attack you. I was prepared for a fight. You can see I have my paralysis rune ready to go. Damn it, goat. Oh yeah, we gotta cross again. There they are over there. Be nice to have a nice blink spell right about now, right? Galmar.
The Empire would have us become their slaves, as they have become slaves to the Thalmor.
They hate trying to feed on the
will not
companions
live as
and
a
leaders
slave,
for Blue
nor
Blood.
will I die as one.
So you want to know a trick about feeding on Kodlak? Make him be the second person you feed on. Always feed on Delphine first. She's the easiest because she literally sleeps. She has the same routine. Delphine's usually first. Kodlak's usually my second. So what you're gonna want to do is whether you're gonna join the companions or not, it's gonna depend on one of a few things. Your sneak skill, whatever it's at. If you have any type of invisibility or calm, if you use illusion. I'm assuming most vampires do. If you're playing as a vampire warrior, it's a little trickier. If you have seduction, right? When he's sitting in that chair, you seduce him, and he'll stand up. But the problem, under normal circumstances, is Farkas is right there. Or I'm sorry, Vilkas is right there, and Vilkas will see it. Now, you could talk and go through that whole spiel, and he'll send you to train in the yard with Vilkas, at which point he's left by himself, so all you really have to do is seduce him and feed. Which works all the time because technically he's not a high level, unless you have something that buffs up his level, but that's one way to do it. Another way would be to continue biting, and it depends on what abilities you take, and how many feedings you have. So if you have something that's like really strong that can like cloud Vilkas's judgment, like what I do is I calm Vilkas first, like real quick. Like I'll dual cast a calm, just a base calm spell at him. I'll dual cast one at Kodlak. He'll either get up, or even if he's sitting, then you could still get behind him in the room and feed on him. Or I'll ghost walk and feed. So that way, once I feed, I'm usually teleported back in the room, because it doesn't work the same way with Sacrosanct that it does with better vampires. But ghost walk with Sacrosanct will teleport you back after you feed. That's another way to do it. But yeah, it can be a little tricky. Or, if you don't want to do him, like have him be the second victim for the Blue Bloods quest, there's easier targets like the Archmage Savos, because he's always standing in the yard usually when you come in at some point. Other than that, he's locked in his tower. So if you see him out front, you can seduce him. If you're hidden, you could do it in plain daylight. Two other targets that are, obviously Astrid's locked, but she's easy to feed on. Mercer's locked. He's also easy to feed on. And then obviously Ulfric and Tullius can be difficult because there's always people around. So, but as long as you have a calm spell, just calm everybody first, and then use seduction on the person you want. If you have pacify, even better, because it's area of effect. So illusion's your best vampire's command. Command will do it too. So what I do for the generals, if command's the one that lets them follow you for a short period of time, take both Ulfric and Tullius. Like Tullius, take him up to his room and feed on him up there. Ulfric, you're gonna have to make sure like nobody's in that room and bring him back into that room. Galmar tends to follow him. So Ulfric could actually be tougher than Tullius, but yeah, using command, it's not that difficult. So what are we doing here? Yeah, Ririk says there's a shipment of coin traveling to Solitude.
Good job. I knew you would come back with something for me. It just so
I forgot the name of it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Vampire's Command.
Meet up with them, and together see if you can't overpower the caravan.
Okay. There it is, completed. That took a minute. Let's get my hood on. Love a regular potion. Compelling tribute. Meet the men. Where are the men? Let's see where this thing is at. Oh, it's over all the way over here. Okay, weird. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this on. Let's get up these mountains. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. This should be the Shrine of Evanarm. I want to get this on the map. This is from Winter Sun. For what? Two-handed or heavy armory? Fear we already have. Heavy armor. Oh, this will be fun if I can do this. Come on, you vampire bastard, get up there. You know who's up here, right? Forsworn. Let's see if we could fuck around with them a little bit, right? Come and face the Forsworn. Yeah, where'd you go, huh? One down. Two down. Get back here. Three down. Sneak increase. 3 shots, 3 kills. Alright. They won't be a problem. Make a save here. Alright. The men look like they're over here. Let's get that off. Where is what's his nuts? Rail off.
Keep your hands
Hey
to
there.
yourself.
I was wondering if I'd run into you out here.
What'd you think?
The Reach is a beautiful but dangerous place.
I
eh?
love the Reach.
One false step and you'll fall to your death. That is, if those Forsworn don't get you first.
What are you picking your
Have
teeth
you
with
seen
the
those Briarheart
branches
men?
there?
That's some evil magic right there. What brings you? You have the look of purpose in your eyes.
Well, what do you think I'm here for? There's an enemy wagon loaded with coins and weapon. It's our job to capture it.
Really?
Yeah.
It just so happens we've been tracking a wagon for about a day now. So that's what's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Coins and weapons. How do you know that?
I blackmailed Rarik for the information. Pretty good at what I do.
That was crafty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure having a steward in the pocket will come in handy. Lucky for us that the wagon recently had a little accident.
Accident,
They're stranded now, just up the road.
Really?
We're outnumbered. But I have a plan.
Oh, do you
got
now?
Here just in time.
I have a better plan. What's yours?
First, we're going to take out their sentry. Then we'll situate ourselves overlooking the camp. Next, you'll infiltrate their position and get their attention, while we hit them with a barrage of arrows. With a bit of luck, we'll catch them completely off guard and even the odds a little.
Odds, you say. I have a better plan. You all wait here, and I'll take care of it.
All right, if you insist.
I insist.
We'll come running if it sounds like things have gotten out of hand.
Now, don't worry about it. Alright. We got this. We got 11 minutes of muffle. We got tools at our disposal. We can deflect light and shadow, which will also come in handy. Alright, now they said there's sentry. Just this guy right here. One down. Let's see if the rest hear it. Two down. Three down. These our guys?
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn.
Depends. Who's asking? Oh, they got the new clothes on. Sweet. Check that out. Yeah, I modified this slightly. This is a Ellie mod. I tried the textures as they were and I didn't like them, so I slightly modified them. I think they look good.
By the blood of Boethia. Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. We know you are the false Dragonborn. You shall not stand in the way of the true Dragonborn's return. He comes soon.
I guess the men decided to attack. They showed up at the worst fucking
time. When Lord
time.
Mirac appears, all shall bear witness. You there. You cannot escape the truth. You cannot escape the true Dragonborn.
Jeez, I can't fucking see. And they're nailing me with fucking fire like crazy. Alright, hold on. Not go to plan. Jesus, what did he hit me with? I'm gonna die. I have no other potions. What the fuck did he hit me with? It's some kind of... He hit me with Ignite. Of course, that makes sense. Shit. Alright, that's it. Frosty, get out here. I can't tell who's friend or foe now. I'm aggravated about that. Look at that, I have no anything yet. Jeez. The hell are these guys? Give me that. Staff. Ralof, you okay? Probably should have listened to your plan.
We make quite a team, eh?
No, you saved my
I'll
behind.
Stay here and guard the shipment. You get back to camp with news.
Yeah, worst time for them
Have
to show
them
up.
send some men with a new wagon. This one is.
I thought they only showed up in towns or cities, but I thought, I guess not. Well, I'm gonna have to extract blood, and I gotta do it this way. Unfortunately. I'll take that. Where are the other two bastards? Yeah, we were doing good. I had no idea that they were gonna... But look at that, they have the new clothing. Which I do like. I think it's pretty badass. God, I gotta extract all that blood. Alright. Well, maybe if the Stormcloaks left, are the Imperials still here, or do they... I guess not. Yeah, I think they're scripted to leave. Alright. Well, quests. Read the cultist orders, huh? I may as well. I also have... Oh, I probably shouldn't have read that. Board the vessel Northern Maiden docked at Raven Rock. Take it to Windhelm. Then begin your search. Kill the false dragonborn, known as Gaethius, before he reaches Solstheim. Return with word of your success, and Mirax shall be most pleased. False dragonborn. We've never been to Solstheim. Alright. I think we're going to keep this one to ourselves. Maybe we'll talk to the Greybeards about this. I don't know. Not going to hit you in the dick this time. I appreciate your help. Which means we have to go back to the camp. Alright, we could do this. And then I think this will be the last thing we do, because it's right about 11 o'clock my time. Accidentally reads Eldritch Page. I probably should not have done that, yes. What the ever-living F
Are you finished?
Are you wearing?
Grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Oh, you're right. He's got elven gear. Why he's wearing that hideous hood? Sorry. Elven armor, fur-lined hood, hide boots, regular gloves. I give up on these guys already. I really do. I give up on them. They have no sense of fashion, the Afflicted. None. We tried with them, we really did. Report to Galmar here. Galmar,
well
we're
done.
back. Another 800
I'll
symptoms,
send
nice.
men with a wagon to collect our prize. We'll put the weapons to use here, and I'll send
I
the
like
coin
the
back to
I like the dark elven. I don't like the yellow standard elven. There's another one that makes it into kind of like a. Jeez, I don't know what the color is called. But it changes the model ever so slightly. So there's the gilded and there's the regular. They're both changed ever so slightly, and then the texture coloring is different to where I would actually use that yellow version. It looks really nice, really detailed. I dare say it even rivals the Amidian-born regular, but I prefer the dark elven. And then there's of course what's it called? Leanwolf's got like a elven add-on, Dark Obsidian, I think it's called. Maybe that's only weapons. I'm not 100% sure, but it depends on the character. I can't tell you the last time I used the actual elven armor. Probably console, so it's been a few years. Reporting in.
You're going to Fort Sungard. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. Then join them in wiping out the Imperials. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. What do you say? Can you do this?
Fort is as good as ours.
Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos guide you.
Alright. So what I'm thinking is, let's see, is there a bedroll out here for us? Not that we need one, just maybe someplace to sit down. I know the men have their tents here. They're all sleeping. Oh no, there is a hay pile. Alright. I'd prefer to sit somewhere, but that's kind of impossible here. I don't know if he had a chair in there. Anyway. I'm quite content with how today went. So we're going to make a save. Save 125. Not too many saves in this, but we're progressing pretty nicely. We're going to call it there for the day, guys. Or the night, I should say. Right at 3 hours, that's even better. Perfect. Because I wasn't going to stream today. I know. I say that, but then I start writing, and then I'm like, oh, okay. What are we doing? Let's go raid Padinsky. Padinsky is working on his... He's making a list for Wabbajack called Lost Legacy. It is now in beta, 0.5, I believe. And it's quite good. He's about... I want to say he's about 1,100 mods, maybe a little less, give or take. And I don't really get a chance to catch his streams because he tends to stream late. I'm usually in bed by now. If you can't tell, I've had a little too much caffeine today. The afflicted are indignant. I think I said that right. Indignant? They have to scavenge their gear. Yeah. Comes up slack. Yeah, I should, Maladra. So yeah. Let's give old Great Padinsky a raid. Anyway, really appreciate you guys for today. Jay with the raid. The follows. Much appreciated. Wind obviously coming in. I appreciate you, Wind, very, very much. If you guys haven't seen Padinsky stream, he's pretty interactive. He's really good at what he does. His list looks nice. I can't wait until it's an official release. I did at some point offer to beta test, but then I got too busy doing my own stuff. And when I get attached to my characters, I want to play them every single day, so I didn't have enough time to devote to it, but I still get questions here and there from him on certain things, and vice versa. Padinsky's a great guy. What else can I say? A lot of you probably already know him. Yeah, other than that, guys, probably stream tomorrow, Friday, weekend, maybe one day. I don't know. Who knows? I'll be back tomorrow at some point, though. Other than that, I will see you guys soon. Enjoy your night. Show Padinsky love. Drop him a follow and a sub if you can. Or just lurk. He's a great guy. Highly recommend his stuff. Other than that, I'm out. I will see you later. Take care. Peace.
Love to play with you if you're on.